Danny Flexen, welcome to the latest edition of SecondsOut FLEXpectations. This is our weekly show, Thursdays 4:30 PM, where we look ahead to the boxing action to come over the weekend. And if it wasn't for, the everyday reminders that COVID is still a very pivotal part of our lives, you wouldn't know it from the boxing scene, because there's lots going on this weekend, and obviously they're behind closed doors, there won't be any fans there, but aside from that, it's almost like business as usual again. Big show taking place in the UK on Saturday night features Daniel Dubois in the main event against a short notice opponent in Ricardo Snijders. But over the other side of the Atlantic, and indeed in Europe as well, there's some big fights going on. Finally, after being postponed a couple of times, we get to see Jose Ramirez defend two of the world super lightweight titles, the two that Josh Taylor doesn't hold at the moment. We're all looking forward to that potential undisputed title clash between the two. He defends against rugged Viktor Postol, who Taylor only just got past when they fought not too long ago. Been delayed, as I've said. Postol has had more time to kind of freshen up. He's getting on in age a little bit. He's had some tough fights, but looked evergreen against Taylor. And since then as well, he's definitely earned his shot at Jose Ramirez. It will be a tough fight. You would hope, for the sake of having an undisputed title fight that's easy to make, Ramirez and Taylor both under that top-ranked banner, that he comes through. But it should be a very entertaining fight while it lasts. Ramirez, intelligent pressure fighter, up against Postol, who's rangy, technically skilled and tough as well. Tough guy, physically strong. So we look forward to that. Also in the US, we see the return of Londi Lara, who's apparently looking to give fans exciting fights in this latter stage of his career. But what interests me the most on that show is the undercard fight between Alfredo Angulo, now up at super middleweight, rugged warrior of course, coming off a split decision win over Peter Quillen, against Caleb Truax, who hasn't lost since ceding the IBF super middleweight title to James DeGale a few years ago. That's a really intriguing fight for me. Angulo seems to be the house fighter in that PBC show, but I think Caleb Truax, I'm not sure what the betting odds are, but I'd really favour him to come through in that one. He looks the fresher of the two, and certainly the more natural super middleweight. So I'll be looking at that with interest. And before we finally get onto the UK show, taking place in Germany is an incredibly intriguing fight between Abbas Baraou, 9-0, former really good amateur, but still in the early stages of his professional career, training in London more recently under Adam Booth, someone who we've interviewed on the channel. You can watch his what he had to say on SecondsOut. Taking a real leap early in his career against Jack Culcay, far more experienced, former WBA interim champion, super welter, former European champion. Nothing to suggest he's slipping really. He's only lost against world-class opposition, never been stopped. Took Demetrius Andrade to a split decision defeat. Took Sergei Derevyanchenko, a lot of people are high on. So quite a close, albeit unanimous decision setback there as well. So only lost against the very best world-class fighters and never been stopped or knocked out. Abbas Baraou, only 9 fights into his career, despite everyone raving about him, and he is incredibly talented, good body puncher. It's a big step up for him, and an impressive and ambitious one, especially with these COVID times. Boxers are having to kind of really take some challenges on if they want to be busy at all this year. And credit to him for taking that up in Berlin against Jack Culcay, who will be looking to use this as a springboard to once again challenge at world level. So I find that probably the best fight of the weekend. Postol Ramirez, best world title fight, no doubt. That Barao against Culcay fight is a classic crossroads clash. Has the prospect bitten off more than he can chew, or as the more established name, will he come apart against the youth and ambition of Barao? I'm looking forward to that one. But yeah, back here in the UK, Frank Warren's latest Queensbury promotion show, BT Sports Studios, of course, takes place on Saturday night. Good undercard, and we'll see Sonny Edwards in what should be an entertaining fight against Thomas Asomba, and one of the best fights through the whole of the summer in the UK for me, certainly on paper. Joe Hughes, former European super lightweight champion, against unbeaten Sam Maxwell, who we interviewed not too long ago on the channel. Again, mirroring the Barao fight, although to a lesser extent. It's a step up for Maxwell, no doubt. We've obviously seen him go viral with that knockout candidate after his opponent was showboating against him. He knocked him out with very little time left in the fight. So everyone knows of him from that. But Joe Hughes, an established performer, gives no one an easy night. Been in with the likes of Jack Catterall and Robbie Davis Jr. A lot of people thought he was unlucky not to get the decision against the latter. So a really, really good kind of fight between two super lightweights there, which I'm looking forward to immensely. And then the main event, tarnished a little bit by the short notice change of opponent for Daniel Dubois. It was originally former amateur star, double Olympian Eric Pfeiffer, unbeaten German, who came with real ambition, but there were some medical issues there. You can see Frank Warren talking about that in our interview that we did recently that's live on the channel now. Ricardo Snijders came in. Dubois' trainer Martin Bowers feels that Dubois' main sparring partner at the Peacock Gym, Dorian Krasmaru, is quite similar in style to Snijders, but perhaps a bit fresher and a bit better than Snijders. So doesn't bode well for Ricardo, but he's come in short notice, ready to fight, competent operator, will give Dubois hopefully a few rounds at least, and then Dubois can move on to that late October clash with Joe Joyce that I imagine most of us are really looking forward to. But it's just a bustling weekend for boxing. If this continues on and grows, we could see a lot of bigger fights, exciting weekends before the end of the year, which is great for everyone. We just hope to hold off that second wave and keep boxing going as well as it can, and then a new dawn in 2021 where we start, hopefully, maybe even before that, seeing fans finally allowed back into arenas and venues, which would be great. But yeah, that's my view on the weekend to come. Don't miss any of it really. Anything that's available to watch, don't miss it. We'll look forward to it. Let us know what you think's the best fight of the weekend, or the one you're most looking forward to. And are you predicting any upsets? If so, who are you going for? Who are the outsiders in the betting odds that you think are going to come through and upset the odds? I'll respond to some of the comments, and meanwhile I'll be back on Monday to review all of the action in Reflections, 4:30 PM, and I'll be here next week Thursday, same time, for the next FLEXpectations. We'll be looking ahead to, amongst other things, the Hennessy Sports Show, headlined by Alex Dilmagani's European title challenge to Samir Ziani. I know Dilmagani's very much looking forward to that. There's an interview with him on the channel now, went live about an hour ago. You can watch that, see what you think of his projections for how the fight's going to go, or his forecast. And we'll, here at Seconds Out, we'll be live streaming the undercard to that Hennessy Sports Show as well. Some more details on that to come. Thanks very much, and I will see you all soon.